And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted him victory, but not like the victory of Musa over Fir'aun, like the victory of Asiya over Fir'aun. Allah granted him a shahada. And Al-Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu's body was also dismembered. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewards the souls. The believer has a different way of thinking about things. We don't believe that victory is relegated or limited to worldly circumstances of victory. We believe that victory is being pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In fact, if Allah grants you victory over a pharaoh in this world, but that victory was granted to you despite your disobedience, despite your evil, and you had the name Muslim on you, and you said La ilaha illallah, but everything about your actions represented the opposite of La ilaha illallah, but you had material victory in this world, you still failed because you were displeasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Victory is not in the worldly circumstance of victory. Victory is in the soul being in a place that is pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ashura is a collection of this. And the days of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are not random, dear brothers and sisters. It's not just what happened in history after, on the day of Ashura, after the death of the Prophet ﷺ with Al-Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu. It's even before. As Imam Ahmad rahimahullah, there's a narration from him that this was the day that the Safina of Nuh alayhi salam, the ship of Noah, the ark of Noah, arrived at its landing place. And subhanAllah, on that day, people drowned. And on that day, the only people that were saved were those on the Safina of Nuh alayhi salam. I ask you to reflect, dear brothers and sisters, and I come to you from the United States of America. And in Europe, they say that there's been a 400% increase in people embracing Islam since Gaza. And I tell you that there is not a khutbah that I give in my masjid, except that there's someone who embraces Islam. And that since the people of Gaza have undergone this atrocity with beautiful patience, through the ugliness of the genocide, through the ugly of this atrocity, people have seen the beauty of Islam. They've seen the beauty of the faith of those people. That should not make us want any less to bring victory to the people of Gaza in the material sense and victory to the people of Palestine. But that should allow us to reflect that more people have boarded the Safina of Nuh alayhi salam, the Ark of Noah, in this time than any other time in our lives. More people are coming on board where true salvation and safety and victory is found. The day of Ashura is a day to reflect on the victory of Nuh alayhi salam and the people who found safety on that ship. And to want to be on that ship ourselves and to bring as many people as possible onto that ship. The day of Ashura is a day to reflect on what true victory means. Whether it is the victory like the one of Musa alayhi salam over Fir'aun, or like the one of Asiya alayhi salam over Fir'aun. What victory truly means. And every incident that has happened through Ashura is for us to go back to them and to reflect. Now when we fast, dear brothers and sisters, our siyam, شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن, the month of Ramadan came down to honor the Quran, or the fasting of Ramadan is a celebration of the Quran. The day of Arafah, which we have fasted, is a day that honors the moment of our original covenant. The day of Ashura is to honor victory and to show gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And someone might say, but in this day and age, what are we thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for in terms of the victory of Gaza? First and foremost, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the blessing of Iman. Alhamdulillah ya'la ni'mat al-Iman. Alhamdulillah ya'la ni'mat al-Islam. All praises be to Allah for the blessing of faith, for the blessing of truth, and being on the side of truth and justice. I don't care what the odds are against the people of Palestine, against the people of faith. I ask Allah that all of us be on the side of faith and the side of truth and the side of justice. And may Allah not let us incline towards the oppressors in any way whatsoever. I don't care what they have. I care what we have. And so gratitude to Allah that we have the content that brings victory in this life and the next. That we have the substance. As the Prophet ﷺ in his Desperate followers in Medina started to fast this day, knowing that one day Allah would give the Prophet ﷺ victory like he gave his brother Moses, his brother Musa victory.